In the last lesson, we learned how to navigate around our plane in Tinkercad. In this lesson, we will be learning how to move, rotate, and scale objects. So one of the major things that you'll be doing when working with Tinkercad is moving objects all over the scene. So when we have our cube here in the scene and we want to get it to the other side of your scene, then there are a few ways to do it. You can click anywhere on the cube and just drag it around, or you can also use the arrow key on your keyboard to do tiny movements and adjustments. And if that movement is too slow, you can hold the shift key at the same time and it will jump more units. Now if I want to move it in a straight line, then I can hold shift on my keyboard, and if I click and drag, it can only move in that 90-degree angle. This restricts me from moving it diagonally, as I can only move it either up or over. So it locks it in a 90-degree range. And if I want to move it along the Z axis like we discussed earlier, which is away from our work plane, there's this arrow on top here where I can click and I can drag it up. So those are the options to move an object around your scene. Along with moving, there's also rotating. So if I have my cube here and I want it to be at an angle, you can click on this arrow here and you can rotate it in big increments by rotating it towards the inside of the circle, and you can rotate it in small increments by dragging your cursor out and rotating it smoothly. Now if you can't get the exact rotation you're looking for, then you can just click on the degree number here and you can type the exact angle that you want and click enter, so your circle or your square or any shape that you have would be in that exact angle. The third way to modify objects is through scaling. So scaling is basically just making an object bigger or smaller. Now there are a few ways to do this. You have these white cubes around your object, which you could click on and drag it to any shape and size that you want. But what if I want to scale it equally in all directions? This is called uniform scaling. So to do this, I would hold shift on my keyboard and drag the white squares. So now you see how it uniformly scales the square. Now you know exactly how to modify shapes and objects any way you want to fit your project. So join me in the next video where we will learn to customize your objects by changing its color and more advanced ways to modify its shape.